Hello everyone, welcome to Biolingo series in the channel Life Science with Veena. Today we are going to see one new terminology, or the terminologies are familiar to you, but students often confuse between these terminologies, that is habitat, niche and territory, which are the key ecological concepts. Now if you talk about habitat stands for where the organism lives, that is the address of the organism. Here it could be a natural physical space of the organism, place of the organism where the organism will find the shelter. Okay. Second is niche, where how it lives. For example, what kind of functions it completes or accomplish in that particular area. That is, for example, where it catches the food or eats the organism, feeding and mating, in the area in which it performs its ecological roles. That is called as niche. Territory. Now, territory is the area which is protected by the organism, which is a specific particular space that an organism actively defends for against the predators or any kind of animals. So, and why does it marks its territory? Because in order to secure the food or the mating partners. So this is a basic difference. If you talk about a habitat, it refers to the natural place in which organism lives, or the address of the organism, and where it can get the food or water or shelter or basic needs, where the basic needs will be fulfilled. Now, if you think of the habitat as an organism as address in the nature, you can think like that. And classic example here I have given is a pond in which the a pond is the habitat for the frog. Now, the pond will provide the food for the frog, or the environment suitable for breeding, or insects, or lily pads for resting, or mud for burrowing during the winter months. So, this particular pond will be the habitat for that particular frog. Okay, so this is habitat. Next is niche, where the organism performs its functional role, where it eats, what it eats, and how it interacts with the other organisms, for other animal interactions. So, a niche encompasses everything about an organism. How does it survives and reproduces? Its feeding patterns or activity patterns or relationships like reproduction or competition or any kind of interaction. So that particular area or that particular thing will be called as niche. For example, frog's niche. Take the same frog. If the frog is eating the insect, so frog feeds on the insects, then it's a predator for that insect, and it is eaten up by the snake. So there will be a food chain, and this will help in controlling the insect population, and it serves as a food for the larger animals. So this is the ecological role or the niche. So where the frog is performing its ecological role, that particular area or that particular thing is called as niche. Okay, जहाँ पे और फ्रॉग जाके खाएगा या फिर फ्रॉग को खाया जाएगा. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज निश. Next terminology is territory. Now, territory refers to the area which is actively defended by the organism, and the organism will not allow any other organism to enter into the into its area. For example, if you take the example of dogs in your area, if a dog from another area is entering into that particular area, then these residential dogs will not allow the dog from the other area, right? Similarly, here you can say this is also actively defended area by an organism or a group against the others of the same species. Now, if you talk about the animal, now why there is essentiality to defend the particular area or territory. So, animal defend the territory for the access of food, or for the met, or for the nesting site, or other vital resources. So in order to fulfill the basic demands like food, shelter and other mating partner, they have to protect their territory. So territorial behavior ensure the survival by reducing the competition among the same species, okay, or different species sometimes. For example, if you take a tiger, the tiger will defend its hunting territory, which will span hundreds of squares of kilometer, and it will mark the boundaries using a scent or pheromone, you call it as, by making or the scratches on the trees or vocalizations to warn the other tigers to stay away. So there are different ways in which the territory of a tiger is marked, or in which the tiger will protect its particular um, area. Okay, it will defend the territory. Okay, it will defend that particular area, and this can be done by solely by single organism or a group of organisms, right? So this is about territory. Let us see the key differences. A summary: habitat is where the organism is living, like a address where the physical, that is the physical space of the organism, which is small comparative to niche and territory. Niche is slightly bigger than the habitat, you can say, where how the organism lives, and performs the ecological role. And territory is the actively protected or defended area by the organism for the food or other mating reasons or other reasons. Okay, so that is area that it protects. So this is the key difference between habitat, niche and territory. Hope you have understood the difference between habitat, niche and territory. And if you like this video and if it is helpful, then please like, share and subscribe to Life Science with Veena. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned with Biolingo and Life Science with Veena. Thank you.